If you have a great promotion that is almost like the Godfather said, it's an offer that they can't refuse, right? If you have a really solid promotion, you are going to be able to get away with a cold audience targeting. If you're going after a lookalike audience, then you can get away with that great offer, or you're going after a highly targeted audience with an incredible offer, then you can get away with a cold audience. But other than that, you have to do the warm audience if you want to generate an actual lead that might be a potential customer of your business. So how do we do this process of the lead ads? Well, let's just quickly go through it, right? So you go to create, lead generation budget. What is it going to be? Like you want to turn on the CBO over here. So at this point, it still looks like Facebook is going to be removing budgets at the ad set level. Am I excited about that? I don't know yet. That's still to be determined. And as soon as I have more data on this, I will come back and present it to you. But we have two options. We have, at this point, we have CBO and we have ABO, right? If you guys haven't heard the ABO term, it stands for Ad Set Budget Optimization. Basically, you have the ability to create a campaign, create audiences, and adjust the budget at the ad set level. With CBO, you cannot do that. With CBO, you have one campaign and you have ad sets inside, which you can do 5, 10, up to 75. And then you can select a maximum amount of money to be spent on an ad set, but you cannot adjust the budget for it. So as of this time, it looks like Facebook is going in the direction of artificial intelligence to the point that they want to have the ad sets on their own, make adjustments based on performance, and that's what CBO stands for. So you can just toggle that switch on because it looks like it's going away, the ability to adjust ad sets budgets individually. And if it doesn't, at some point this year, we will find out and I'll come back and I will give you the strategy for it. Because at this point, I will tell you that if you really want to do testing of 5 audiences, if you really want to test $50 a day on every single audience, it might make sense to actually do ad set optimization and just throw the ad sets without a CBO for $50 each day and get Facebook some data so you can really find out. Because if you do a CBO, Facebook will spend the money on each one in however way they feel like before they get enough data. For now, let's stick with the CBO until we get more data on this. Okay, so you, because like your Facebook page, there's going to be an option over here that you're going to have to accept the Facebook's lead ads terms. Super simple. It's an explanation about what you do with this policy, with the data, if you're going to not share it outside the organization, etc. You accept to that, and then off you go. And then you will want to target your warmest audience, as these are the ones that already know your brand and would convert better compared to targeting a brand new interest-based cold audience. So you go over here, you select your audience. I don't recommend ever going for people that don't know who you are, and you know that I talk about that. And I want to have you guys get your content system in place so you can start spreading your message for your brand, for your business, and then you start building retargeting. If you have a great promotion that is almost like the Godfather said, it's an offer that they can't refuse, right? If you have a really solid promotion, you are going to be able to get away with a cold audience targeting. If you're going after a lookalike audience, then you can get away with that great offer, or you're going after a highly targeted audience with an incredible offer, then you can get away with a cold audience. But other than that, you have to do the warm audience if you want to generate an actual lead that might be a potential customer of your business. So for your first lead generation campaign, select automatic placement. Since you don't have any data yet on which placement convert best for your audience, you want to give it some time. The good thing about it is that Facebook lead ads have opened up to almost all the other placements. They are on Instagram now. They're on Facebook. You're able to generate leads like on stories, like all over the place. So you want to have automatic because there's more options. And again, it takes about a total of 2 to 3 clicks, depending on how you set up, for somebody to be in your central files with phone number and email. It's actually quite magical once you have this thing running, and it's super, super effective. So here's an example from one of the accounts. You can actually now have a placement breakdown, and you can see here that it's going to show you, well, on stories, we actually paid $6 per result. That's pretty high. On Facebook stories, we paid even more, $8.28. But on Facebook newsfeed, $3.23. And on Instagram feed, we got $3.42. Facebook A newsfeed desktop is the cheapest one, actually the same as a newsfeed on mobile. It's at $324. And the cheapest one is actually Facebook Marketplace mobile app. For some reason, this one was separated. I'll tell you why. Okay, so you see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The fifth one is Facebook Marketplace. So this is the actual Facebook eBay, right? This one got us a lead at 260. Isn't that fascinating? I could imagine how, for example, coupon hunters, bargain hunters, people that are trying to save money, you can probably do a campaign exclusively on the Facebook Marketplace for leads. And you're going to be able to get a very high conversion because these people are looking for discounts. So why not use that feedback to just create a campaign just for that and run it by itself? And then you can now get this data and create a new CBO campaign and select the same audiences, but now edit the placements and go after Facebook mobile app, Instagram mobile app, and Facebook Marketplace. Boom. And now you can have something that you can really scale and produce a lot of leads with, because those ones were actually also the ones that produce the most leads. Well, Marketplace, I see here that didn't get enough placements. It didn't get enough impressions. It was only one lead. So it doesn't have the volume, but it gives you an idea. If you want to generate a lot of leads, you can look at that data right there, just like that. Okay, great. So you can see here an example of the ad, You know, it's possible to have insurance cover your deductibles and copays. Learn how by reading this article. So we have this particular article. It generates the lead, and then we deliver the particular information to the person very easily. So you can just create your first form by pressing a couple of buttons, and you can see how it looks. Learn more about your Medicare supplementary plans. You may be missing out on a lot of benefits. Fill out the form below, and then they can sign up by providing the information below. So you can see here, we have a headline. We can use the image that we're using from our ad. You can actually use an uploaded image. This is for the micro page that you're building as a lead ad form. And then you can have a paragraph, or you can have bullet points. Where it says layout on this screenshot on the left, you can swap that from paragraph to bullet points. And then if you have a bullet point, I think the bullet points look very nice. So you can just select the one that you want to actually put in there. And it's where you can actually increase the quality of the lead, because you can describe in detail what they're going to get once they provide their information. You can put bullet points, like you're going to get a 40% discount. You're going to get a special instruction on how to use this product. You're going to get instruction on how to buy the product. You're going to get whatever it is that they're going to get. You're going to describe it right there and just do your branding to make sure that you position your brand as a brand that is actually there to help them and provide value to themselves as individuals. This is how it starts looking. So for example, you have an image right there that says born before 1954. Well, what does that mean? That in this particular example, they are going to be 65 years and over, right? So at this point, we know that data that, hey, we're going to give you more information, learn more about your Medicare plans, enter your answer. That's going to be auto-populated. And then you can see here the two options on the form type, which is either more volume or higher intent. Again, if you do the higher intent option, people are going to have a review step before they actually submit the information. And that review step is going to be something that is going to tell them, hey, just so you know, this is what you're going to get. Are you sure you want to send this data? If they say yes, you have a much higher intent individual. And that is the purpose of that particular step right there. That's a step that you got to set up yourself and decide if you want to go down a higher volume or a higher intent. Okay, and then once you create it, there's a couple of little things right here. You're going to have a little thank you screen at the bottom. Privacy policy, you can put a page from your website that directs them to a privacy policy. If you don't have that in place, you can Google privacy policy template and go ahead and grab that and just have your developer or yourself create a little landing page with your privacy policy and just get them to that particular thing. We will not share your data. There's a bunch of if you Google privacy policy, you can get a lot of examples and just grab your favorite one and customize it for yourself. And that is your privacy policy right there. The questions tab is exactly what it does. It provides the ability to ask questions, email, phone number, address, date of birth, a lot of different things that you can ask for. A little caveat over here that I'm going to mention to you guys. If you're doing recruiting, do not ask questions like age, like income, or things like that, because you are going to get your account banned. They don't want you to discriminate like that. If you are doing, for example, something that is environmental or it has a political connection, well, then you don't want to ask too many questions because Facebook is actually getting very strict about those things across social media. But if it's just product or just development of you're trying to generate leads, etc., it's super simple and nothing too fancy. Okay, so you select your lead, and then it's going to look like this. And you have your lead form that's going to work on mobile devices and Instagram channel. And it's super, super simple and friendly, even on desktop devices.